How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your weekly forecast of what the heck is going on in the universe. Got to start off with saying a couple things. One, I am just pumped up on this energy. I am absolutely feeling everything that's going on right now, so I'm going to be everywhere on this video. It's going to be very intense. It's going to be everywhere, but I got to just just let you guys know that, so you're not like, what's going on with Cameron right now? Anyway, I'd also like to apologize that I didn't get this video out sooner because I've just been really busy this weekend. I didn't have the opportunity to record the video, to do everything that I've been wanting to do. So I finally got this opportunity now, and I'm going to make sure that you guys get the best weekly video I've done yet, because this is an absolutely crazy week. The biggest things that are going on this week, starting it off with Tuesday, ending it on Monday of June 5th. Today's Tuesday, what is it, May 30th? Yeah, today's May 30th. Anyway, this week is going to set us up for this crazy summer. This is what's going to set us up for this eclipse, for all of June, July, August, until we have September when Jupiter moves into Scorpio. And all I can say is this week is the week to do it. This is the week to be your most authentic self. When I say authentic, I mean channeling your higher spirit, who you really are, behind all the bullshit that you might tell other people and that you tell yourself every single day. Whatever it is that you have a belief over that is limiting you, that you think that you can't work around it or anything like that, it is time to say bullshit to that. It is time to say, screw that, that's not me, and that I need to do what I'm supposed to do, what I really want to, what I really desire, because I know that I'm worth it. That's what this whole week's going to be about. And we're starting it off on this Monday and Tuesday with the moon in Leo, having this Grand Trine. It's going to be connecting to Saturn. It's going to be connecting to Venus and Uranus in Aries. Venus and Uranus and Aries are getting, Venus and Uranus are getting closer and closer and closer together. And as we've been talking about, this is what, this whole Venus retrograde has led up to this moment of what we really worth, what we're really worth, what we really desire, what we really have passion for, what we're willing to go on an adventure for, and to chase our dreams and to chase what our hearts desire, what we truly love. It's getting closer and closer to the planet of independence, of freedom, of liberty, of breakthroughs, of moments of clarity. And it's going to have this extreme intense energy. And if you're not in alignment with this, you're going to feel very sucked down. You're going to feel very pulled away from what your calling is. So this week, as Venus gets closer and closer to Uranus, and on Saturday when it goes right on top, this is the time to go, what do I really desire? What am I willing to do? This is the time, this is the week to take a leap of faith. And when I say a leap of faith, you could go, depending on what you're going through, you could totally go and change your life right now. This is the time to do what's best, what's going to be best for you. However, take that leap of faith of knowing that you know that you taking this next step forward in what you want to do with your life is going to work. And it's going to, there's not going to be anything wrong with it, because you will be channeling your most authentic, highest self. And on Tuesday, we have this Grand Fire Trine, the moon's in Leo. It's going to be pumping people up. That's probably why I'm so intense right now. That, and I had one of the craziest dreams of my life last night. Anyway, it'll be trining Saturn, trining Venus and Uranus. Saturn's putting this karmic energy right there saying, how much farther are you willing to expand? How much farther are you willing to grow? How much farther can you take it? And the moon in Leo's going, I can fucking do it. I can take it. Use that energy, that cockiness, that ego that you'll be feeling man, I am the shit, man, I can get this shit done. That is the energy you want to wear. And I mean, when I say ego, if you're super into spirituality and you believe of killing the ego, you are very, very and not in alignment with your higher self. It's great to recognize and be aware of what your ego really is and what that reality of it looks like, but there's a healthy way to channel your ego, and you're never going to be in alignment with what you're truly here to do, what your purpose is. And I don't want to say I believe in destiny, but I do believe in the fact that you have something that you're called to do, and if you're called to do it, you're supposed to do it, because that's what's going to make your life worth living. And it's not about, being like, oh, I'm the shit, I'm the best, look at me, praise me. It's about stepping into your natural power and what makes you you. Your ego is what makes you you. It makes your drive different, makes your intentions different, all that kind of stuff. So really look at how you can channel your healthy ego this week. And anyway, hyping all this stuff up. Wednesday it's going to get even crazier. We're going to have not a Grand Fire Trine. We'll have a Grand Fire Trine still, but it'll be with a kite. It'll be with Mars opposing Saturn. So with Mars opposing Saturn, you're going to feel split in two different ways. Like you don't know which way to go, kind of like that new moon in Gemini energy. And that's when we're going to have that clarity of, I know exactly where to channel this energy. I know exactly what I should be doing. And if you step into that role of feeling your power, especially as the moon on Wednesday goes over the North Node, now the North Node's in Leo, it's all about Leo energy. It's about stepping into your power. What kind of role can you play? You know, how much of a leader can you show up? How much do you love yourself? How much do you love other people? How much are you willing to give to other people? This week is just about love and acceptance and fire and energy and passion. And as this kite happens, Mars is gonna be opposing Saturn, so it's gonna be that kind of a do or die situation, but not in that like, oh my God, I'm freaking out, do or die. It's like, no, like, damn, I'm doing this and I'm willing to bite the bullet for it. Take that energy and run with it. Jupiter will be quincunxing Neptune on Wednesday too. So with that being said, this is taking all of your subconscious dreams and behaviors and it's channeling them into this relationship with yourself. You're starting to kind of have that clarity and you're starting to see the relationship with other people and how it's actually working out in favor of what you've created in your imagination. It's going to be a really insane kind of like a weird look, and it's going to be good too because this is Jupiter. Jupiter's wanting to bless you. So it's going to be like things are going like really well and in the way that I want them to. And it's going to kind of be like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that, even though you kind of should. I mean, it's your life. You can create whatever you want to. And the law of attraction, some real stuff. If you're thinking about what you're doing every day, what your dreams are, that Neptune and Pisces energy, you're going to see it come to fruition. Anyway, Thursday, Moon goes into Virgo, squares the Sun in Gemini, and it'll be having a T-square, what's it called? With Moon in Virgo, Sun in Gemini, with Saturn. So the Sun will start to oppose Saturn. Moon will be squaring Mars as well. So Mars will still be opposing Saturn. Like I said, I got a lot of energy. And with the Moon right here, this is going back to that Virgo energy we already finished up. We've all mastered the Virgo energy. The Virgo energy with the North Node going over the past year and a half has been about what do we need to fix? What do we need? Where do we need healing? What can we work on? How can we improve? What are the little things we need to get in order in our life? And with the Moon right here, it's like, got it. I know exactly what needs to be done. I know exactly what needs to be going. And this is going to be a Grand Earth Trine. This is going to go into your day-to-day communication with yourself, your day-to-day thoughts, how you operate on a normal level. Because with this Grand Earth Trine, it'll be trining with Mercury, the Moon, and Pluto. And Pluto is still transforming. Anything that's touching Pluto right now is having a deep transformation of its roots, of its foundation. And so you're going to be thinking differently. You're going to be thinking a little bit wiser, a little bit more progressively. Even though Taurus can be very steady, wants things to go the way it wants to, Taurus also wants to see better things. It wants to see luxury. It wants to see more money. And Taurus will make sure that it operates at the level it needs to see those type of things. And that's when I say with this Moon in Virgo, it's going to be this emotional, like, okay, I see where things need to be fixed. I know what mindset I need to have now, and let's use that mindset and let's progress with it. Moon will be opposing Neptune. It will also Mercury will stop its sextile with Neptune. So Mercury is going to stop. With Mercury sextiling Neptune, it's just been kind of like our words are there, they're grounded, our communication is clear, but there's still just something, the big picture isn't in touch. It's mostly like the finer small things. And with Mercury stopping its sextile with Neptune, it's finally going to become a lot more clear and a lot more stable. You're going to see what the big picture is. You're going to understand what the outline is. And it's not that this Mercury and Neptune sextile has been bad. However, as it leaves its sextile, Mercury is just going to be only operating out of Taurus energy. And with also the Moon in Virgo. So it's going to be a lot more clear, a lot more concise. Things are going to make more sense. Things are actually going to start having, an effect. Things are going to be put in foundation, all that kind of good stuff. Excuse me. Friday, Venus at 26 degrees Aries, Uranus at 27 degrees Aries. We're right there. The Moon in Virgo will be in Virgo, moving over to Libra. That will be squaring Mars, squaring Saturn, having that T-square again. Venus and Uranus will be quincunxing the Moon, and Mars will be exactly opposing Saturn. If you're an astrology nerd, I don't even need to say anything because that's just a lot. With this Moon in Libra, though, I'm super excited for this Moon in Libra. As the moon goes into Virgo, it's going to be squaring the sun in Gemini. So as it squares the sun in Gemini is all about change, different perspectives, opportunities, communication, what makes more sense logically. This is that time where it's going to be like, okay, we can't really be this everywhere persona that we've been wearing. It's time to, okay, how can we still channel our Gemini energy of being different, of being creative, seeing things in a different perspective, while also having a main goal, a main idea, a main focus. And as the moon squares it, it's just going to be kind of like this, like I kind of feel scattered, I kind of feel everywhere. I'm not sure where exactly to channel and direct my energy. And my biggest thing is that it's going to be having this T-square with Saturn. So it just goes back to where, like, you're going to get uncomfortable. You're going to get uncomfortable, and that's where you're going to start to grow. So get uncomfortable especially on Friday. Get uncomfortable. Get willing to look at the things and being able to, like, discipline yourself in a way that's going to be productive. And, you know, there's going to be so much energy this week. You're going to feel very Gemini, I should say, especially with Mars and Gemini. You're going to feel very everywhere, very scattered. This week, through all the chaos and through all the crazy stuff, just remain focused. It's like, I guess the best analogy I can kind of put this is like, imagine you are like, you know, you're at the club, you're partying, and, you know, for some reason, like, you know, either you decide to take like some ecstasy or whatever, or someone spiked your drink, and you're like tripping out, and you're like, okay, I need to remain focused and figure out what's going on. I'm still gonna have fun because that's what drugs do, but I gotta clear my mind because I wasn't ready for that. So this week, you're going to feel a very, like you're on ecstasy, like things are like, whoa, 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 like you're just loving yourself and you're loving everything, and you're at the party, the life of the party's there, but like remain focused. Like, what time's the headliner going on? Where are all your friends at? What time do you want to go home? Who's driving home? All that kind of good stuff. And let's see. Venus and Uranus, quincunx moon. This moon in Virgo, as it quincunxes Venus and Uranus, it's going to have that liberating feel to it. That, okay, I'm analyzing what I got to do. I'm directing this energy as positively as I can. And that's what's going to help more with that breakthrough, with that self-love, with that love for other people. Like, this week is so much about self-love. It's so crazy. And that's what the underlying really root is, because even though there's all this great things happening with, you know, with Venus and Uranus and liberty and, you know, freedom and what are you really willing to do? What's the relationship with yourself? Like, we got a lot of crazy energy going on. The biggest thing is you just got to love yourself. And I read a lot of the books. And if you guys need to read You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Holy fuck, that book is amazing. And if you want to practice more self-love, you want to practice that, I suggest reading that book. I've read a lot of other books. I've done a lot of other work with that kind of stuff. And that book just puts it in the most simple form, in a way that everyone can understand it, and they can relate it to themselves, and it's absolutely wonderful. Anyway, Saturday. Woo! Saturday. Not a lot going on, but big things. Venus will be on top of Uranus, trining Saturn again. So with this trining Saturn, this is about actually reaping the rewards of pushing yourself forward. Because you got to remember, Saturn's in retrograde. I know I haven't said that earlier in the video, however, I feel like that should have just been a known thing. Saturn's retrograde, it's all about the rewards for yourself. How far have you been willing to push yourself? And you just got to keep going for it. You got to keep doing it. The universe will bless you. Venus and Uranus conjunct, if you are feeling that independence, you're feeling that freedom, you're feeling that self-love, you're feeling that desire to move forward, you're feeling all those great things, that's going to be the day. That's going to be the day shit goes your way and it happens. Saturday's going to be a great day. And as the moon will also be trining the sun in Libra, and it'll be conjuncting Jupiter. This is bringing that whole relationship with yourself to emphasis, and you're like, man, I love myself. Things are actually working out. I'm actually in alignment with who I am, my most authentic self, my higher self. And you're going to see that manifest with relationships with other people. Like, if you're in any sort of a relationship, like, you know, marriage, or, you know, you're dating someone, or you're single, you're like, the relationship energy is absolutely nuts right now. And I guarantee after this is when things are going to start to go a lot healthier and a lot better of a way, because the universe has been doing a lot of work on relationships, because it's all mainly been doing a lot of work on every individual self, and that manifests, of course, in relationships. Sunday, Mars moves into Cancer. That's when the Cancer energy starts. That's when things completely make a left turn, not for the bad, but it'll just be different. It'll be kind of like, okay, like, well, it's kind of like, you know, driving through California. 1 minute you're in the desert, 1 minute you're in the city, 1 minute you're in the mountains, 1 minute you're in Farmville. Like, it's not gonna be bad. It's just gonna be like, okay, things are turning differently. And as Mars moves into Cancer, it's like you're gonna know if you trust the process. I mean, if you really trust the process and you're not limiting yourself and you're not going what if or but or try or can't, you're gonna see things really happen in this weird way that is just gonna be warming. It's gonna be like, this is Cancer energy. Cancer energy is mom. It's kind of like, when you were growing up, I don't know what your situation was, but just imagine the stereotypical mom of, you're growing up, you and your friends are all hanging out, then you all go to your house and mom just like, cooks you guys dinner, everything's fun, all that kind of good stuff. That's what it's going to be like. Things are just going to be taken care of for you. You're going to feel the warmth and the love, and you're going to want to give it too, as well as receive it. Moon will be opposing Venus and Uranus as it goes into Scorpio, but it will be trining Mars. So this is going to put that emotional intuition that like, okay, as the moon goes into Scorpio, it's just going to be very, very intense. However, that's where that intuition is going to come into play. That's where that manifestation is going to come into play, because Scorpio and like Capricorn are basically, like, in my eyes, the two biggest manifestors. They can manifest some of the craziest stuff so fast and so quick they don't even realize it, because they just think it's normal life, while everyone else is like, how are you doing that? So that's going to be fun, and that will be also sextiling Saturn. Saturn's going to be blessing us. It's going to be giving to us, all that kind of good stuff. Moon will be opposing Venus and Uranus, though. That's when it's going to kind of be like, this is kind of weird, this is kind of different, but again, you got to trust the process on this one. You don't get too deep in your feelings. Don't, with this moon going into Scorpio, don't, start beating yourself up. Don't start, getting all psychotic with it and getting all crazy, because you're going to manifest whatever you're feeling. That's the biggest thing. I've talked about this a couple times in my videos, but to think is to create, to feel is to attract, and to act is to achieve. So if you're thinking about it, you're attracting it, and you go out and do whatever it is that is somehow related to that, it's going to happen. So make sure it's in this positive mindset of how bad do you want it? How bad are you willing to love yourself? How bad are you willing to break through? How much do you want change? How much are you willing to grow? Like, how much do you want to ascend? Like, my biggest thing is, I tell this to people a lot, like, when are you going to get pissed off enough to do something about it? When are you going to be fed up with all the bullshit, with how much, things aren't going your way, with how much you don't love yourself, with how much shit is going on? When are you going to be done? When are you going to be fed up with it and start to make something different? That's when, that's going to be Sunday when it kicks in. And then on Monday, the sun will start opposing Saturn, and that's where it's going to be like, it's time to start taking some serious action, start focusing, because these are mutable signs. We got to use our intellect, we got to use our logic, we got to use our common sense, we got to use what makes sense, and not kind of detach away from monetary things, detach away from our feelings, kind of tone down the passion energy and all the fire energy and the extreme of things, and go, okay, let me think with my head, what do I need to be doing, what's in more alignment with me, and all that stuff. So that's what's going on this week, guys. Yeah, again, I apologize for not getting this out sooner, but this is a crazy week. I absolutely love the fuck out of you guys. I'm sending you lots of love, lots of abundance, and of course, I'm always sending you guys white light. I'm going to be releasing a couple songs here soon, so please be sure to follow me on SoundCloud. I super appreciate it. Follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I have everything. Still working on websites, still working on some t-shirt stuff going on, so I'll be keeping you guys more updated with that. I also will have more big news to be releasing later when I feel like giving it to you guys. However, yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much. And if you guys were interested in a reading, I do, basic natal charts, I do progressed, I do basically everything, especially like I love doing relationship readings and all that kind of stuff. Or I also do destiny and North Node, like what your true authentic self is, successful kind of type of stuff. Mostly what I like to do with readings is I like to take the person's higher self and channel and really, I mean, you get to see everything in someone's chart, but talk to them like I'm talking to their higher self. Like if I'm doing a reading with you, I talk to you like you are who you already want to be. And through that way, you get the opportunity to see yourself in that light and operate and practice from it. So it's a lot of fun. Anyway, again, I'd like to thank you guys so much, and I will be seeing you soon, because I'm going to be doing another video about just what's going on, basically. However, I'll be seeing you guys for that this week, and I'll be seeing you guys for next week's video. So thank you guys so much.